happening? Welcome back to the Pass Alive. Thank you all for tuning in tonight for another episode of Turn Back the Clock Tuesday. And this evening, we're heading back to the year 1989 to savagely swashbuckle our way through a Series 3 box of TOPPS Big, something that you may scoff at until you look at the PSA 10 price tags of the Randy Johnson rookie card, which are over $1,000, even as high as $1,300. We also are chasing after the rookie of John Smoltz in this 110 card series. We have 36 packs before us, 7 cards per pack. I used to buy a lot of these back in 1989. If you're a junk wax era kid, you probably did too. And a long time ago, these boxes were only $5. You almost couldn't really sell them. You couldn't really give them away. But Series 3 in 89 and 1990, the production numbers are way less than the first two series. And these boxes carry kind of a hefty price tag, way more than $5. I actually paid 10 times that for this box. They typically sell for around $50 to $70 for a box of Series 3. BBC are about $100. So keep that in mind if you're out lurking around at thrift stores or flea markets. You come across a box of these, very well may worth your time and money to pick one up. So we have 4 participants in this rip, and Corey says Smoltz and Johnson will be in the same pack. The collation, they're always in the same pack together. So a John Smoltz rookie, they typically can sell for as high as $10 raw. The Johnsons are between 20 and 30. So let's get down to it. I've been wanting to open this box for quite a while. I picked this one off eBay for $50, and there's only a couple on there. It's not something that you're going to find 100 listings for, like 87 tops or something like that. But our first participant in this rip is going to be Mikey G. Mikey G, I feel like it's the top left a lot of the time. We have very bright, vibrant packs here. Let us get down to some hanky-panky. Michael Ayers in the house is to help with shipping and such. Mike, that's very, very cool of you. Thank you so much, man. Greatly appreciate that. Jerry Manley, member for 3 years, says 3 years. Woo, I reveal that I am a member of the alumni. It's a pleasure to have you, Jerry. I'm glad you're able to make a stream. I know you've been pretty busy lately. And back in the 80s, you could pack search so very easily by just pressing your fingers against the pack, and we would do that looking for Bucko's cards. Let's get down to it. We're going to have comic strips on the back of each one of these cards, and the 2 noble rookies chasing after Smoltz and Randy Johnson. Michael Laris, member for 38 months, is best called around. Thank you so much, Mike. But very basic design on these. Definitely takes me back to my childhood years. There's Tommy Herr, Lance Parrish. Here's a glimpse of the backs of the cards. Also very vibrant, little comical strips. Julio Franco, there's Gary Carter. I like this design a lot, though. Topps has brought this back in recent years. I want to say in archives releases, but instead they've made them like foil refractors. Sosha and Rex Hudler, who we found out was still very much alive after pronouncing him dead. So the first pack in the books. We got Travis Dowdy in the house. What's going on, Travis? Says, when you tell her your cards are bigger than everyone else's cards. Thank you for that, Travis. I'm not sure if Travis makes videos anymore or not, but if we could post a link to his channel, subscribe to him if you would be so kind. Always a pleasure to have you with us. J.R. Loudon says, John, do you have any extra spidey senses? You know what? Not that I've really noticed yet, but I feel like those things may come in time. I've been messing around with people, though, that know that I got bit by a spider, telling them I'm sleeping in my garage and stuff like that, and random things, and they are actually believing it. We got Lonnie Smith starting his pack off, Willie Randolph. And look at that! The second pack in. We got a Smoltz rookie card before us. With a little bit of a scum stash there, but the centering is off on these. You can see why. PSA grades, I mean, are pretty tough on these. The pop on the Johnson is 33. The pop on this, I believe, is 49. It's definitely in the 40s. But a Smoltz rookie, and they should be in the same pack. So Mikey G got a Smoltz rookie, Ted Wood USA card, and it's not in the same pack like Corey called. Mark Davidson and Chili Davis ends that pack. So the first rookie shows up, chasing really 2 rookie cards, and that's about it in this rip. There's a link to Travis D's channel. Chickens at HD in the house says Roosters don't have Randy Johnsons, but Ducks have Spiky Pete's. What is going on, man? Truer words have never been spoken. Definitely not around here. Jerry Manley said we need to discuss how your brother summoned something evil, pulling 3 Bonds autos in one night. Was it in one night? I saw he pulled like the 1-of-1 superfractor. These pack wrappers are stuck on there. There's Von Hayes, an arch enemy of mine. Andy Allenson, Stan Javier. That unibrow is looking extra thick and juicy in that photo. Ken Phelps and his dorking antics. Odie McDowell, Kevin Seitzer, the big old dip in. And Rich Yet is going to end that pack. One Smoltz. One thing about these cards is they always had a tendency to warp, if you can see that. A little bit. 3 over a weekend. I did hear about that. I did not see it, though. I still have no idea what cellulitis is. So cellulitis is just a bacterial infection of the skin. Could be caused by a spider, could be caused by a tick bite. I was worried I got bit by a tick and that I was going to die or develop Lyme disease because never really looked into Lyme disease too much or heard too much about it, but it's a pretty freaking gnarly disease. Like it'll literally wreck your entire life permanently. And there's no cure for it. Robin Yount, I mean, they have things that they can help treat it, but if you don't get it, catch it right away, treat it right away in the first, like, probably a week or so, then you're just, like, kind of cursed. There's Tom Candialdi also sporting a unibrow. Yeah, it's no joke, and, yeah, so I was pretty sketched out, and I still don't know how it happened. I just woke up one day with, like, some gnarly-looking infection on my leg. It was like, what the hell is that from? And I didn't really think much of it and waited around all week. It was like 4 or 5 days later, and I was like, you know what, I better go to the ER. And when I was in the ER in triage, there was actually a lady that had just got brought in there who was like probably 70, who was talking to the nurse, and I could hear everything. And she's like, I developed Lyme disease like a few weeks ago, and started naming all her symptoms of like all her key organs and muscles shutting down. And I'm like, that's scaring the hell out of me. Like, that's crazy. There's a Henderson, George Bell, but luckily it was some ancient bloodthirsty spider that did me in. So put you on antibiotics for 2 weeks and then you should be good. So hopefully the TPIA cult will live to see another month. Hopefully. Slavi Stacks has got cellulitis from swimming in a lake. Had a pimple on my leg that was open and got infected. Yeah, that's the thing too, is that I have a pool, so like it's been 90 degrees the last few days, and it's gonna be 90 degrees out for the next, I don't know, week or whatever, and I can't even swim because if you get in water and there's bacteria in the water, which there probably is, it could make your infection worse. And then, you know, if cellulitis travels to your bloodstream, becomes sepsis, you can die from that like pretty easily. Rod Booker, sweating his ass off, and Otis Nixon ends that pack for Mikey G. Pack wrappers are pretty tough to open. Very sticky, probably stored away some sort of weird climate for many, many years now. Paul Epps' untreated limes turns into Epstein's bar when untreated. Sid Fernandez, Chris Carpenter, Melito Perez for Jonathan H. Ricky Jordan. There's a Jack Clark, and Jerry Brown is going to end that pack. We got 2 more left for the top left corner. Yeah, so it's just like, I've been on vacation for like several weeks now. I just took last week off. I'm off this week. I was off a few weeks prior to this. And so 2 weeks of vacation, it had me laid up pretty good. Last week I like couldn't really sleep, just kept sweating. And waking up randomly throughout the night. Couldn't really get off the couch. It was pretty brutal. And, like, I didn't have a sore throat, nothing else. It was just fatigue overall. And once I started taking antibiotics, I was good. So I definitely, whatever got me good. There's Burks, Rafael Ramirez, Garcia, Spanky LaValliere, and Dave Henderson. Are they hiring? He was pissed because you took his smokes. I don't know if I took them or this guy took them. Or maybe he's the one that did the biting. Very well could have been him. Chickens at HD says, if you ever make it to Iowa to see Field of Dreams, let me know and I'll get you a beer or two. I'm not far from it. Yeah, I mean, I want to get out there. It's been on my bucket list for a real long time. And that's something that I even thought about doing this week because I had plans. I took 2 weeks off work to do my my pool, like the cement work and everything. And then, so if you're on antibiotics, you're really not supposed to be in the sun because you fry and fillet yourself real easily, like you'll burn. And look at that, Jim Abbott rookie card, the USA Olympic rookie. That's another nice one in Series 3. That one comes fourth. Eric Davis. Dave Winfield. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a Johnson for a second. It's a Doc Gooden. So, Smoltz uncovered in stack 1 for Mikey G. As we continue on to the top right. Pee Wee summoned the spider for sure. He definitely had something to do with it. He definitely had something to do with it. Yeah, so you can't swim. You can't go in the sun. It's like a terrible punishment. But like the area where I got bit, it's definitely healing up. It looks way better now. It's almost non-existent. There's Alton. We got Alton next. Alton's got a bunch of spots in the Raz raffle. If you're on the Facebook group, I'm going to randomly do Raz raffles on there for mostly sports-related items, kind of maybe higher-end stuff. And we'll be doing that tomorrow live on the TPIA Facebook group page. Alton's got, I think, got multiple spots in that, so he's got a pretty good chance of winning. Only 13 spots total. Well, I've been Unibrow since I'm off this week too, John. Where is the invite to the pool party? You are welcome whenever you want. You just got to bring a case of 88 Donruss so we can open it up on a float and make a video about it. There's Rex Hudler again. Lonnie Smith, Randolph, same exact collation. John Smoltz yet again. So, Alton, you got yourself a Smoltz, Buddy Bell, and Ted Wood. First pack in, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Alton's going to get a Johnson in his stack. I did notice some paper loss on some of these ones on top, and that's it. Definitely the way they were stored. There's Von Hayes again. Yount. And Rainy Velarde ends that pack. 2 Smoltzes found and no Johnsons. What gives? Been a good ASMR video. A lot of crinkles. We got Kenny Audi again, Mike Henneman, Bill Pacoda, seeing some different faces. I like that Bo Jackson card a lot. That's the one that they use to advertise this release on the box. It's a pretty freaking sweet card. Bob Boone. Thought that was Johnson for a second. McGaffigan and Greg Jeffries would have been a hot one to pull back in 1989. What did I miss, Mikey? I apologize. Mikey G says, thanks, John. My second favorite trans YouTuber. One of these days, we're going to get that set up, I think. So if you super chat, it reads it out loud. It's probably a pretty easy way to do that. I think Ricky's is done through his TV, though. I feel like back in '89, I was like pumped on this Glenn Wilson card. Or maybe just him as a player in general. No idea why. Wade Boggs, Matt Noakes, Sean Dunston, Sabo. The goggle-less Sabo right there looks awkward. Mike Smithson and Walt Weiss. Ends that pack. I thought Walt Weiss was wearing a seashell necklace there for a second. It almost looked like it, but not the case. Just a windbreaker. I like the idea of the seashell necklace better, though. Still no sign of Randy Johnson. There's Wally Backman. Greg Briley, Jeff Blauser. And real stone in that photo. Bob Dernier, Tommy Herr again. Lance Parrish and Julio Franco is going to end that pack for Alton. Got 4 left in this stack. We'll find out who the precursor is for the Johnson. So we got Gary Carter. Pack wrappers are welded on there. Freudian slip. That was intentional. That was intentional, just seeing if anyone caught it. Ken Phelps, McDowell, Seitzer, and Rich Yet again. 3 remain. It was very much intentional, making sure people are paying attention. And it's not even 10 o'clock yet. I've seen an awful lot of this Tom Candy Audi, though. I will tell you that. Hopefully the Johnson's not on top of these packs because these cards do have the snowflake parallel effect. There's a guy who used to write educational books for teachers named Dr. Harry Wong. I don't doubt it. Robin Younts, feel like I've heard of him before, too. Tom Candiotti looking rather devious in that photo. We got 2 packs left. Am I going to be right on my guess that we're going to find a Johnson in here? See a Rick Roden peering out at us. Mike Davis starting this pack off. Dave Gallagher. Pat Perry in his Pale Pits. There's a Henderson again. George Bell. Pedro Guerrero and Rick Roden. Where is the Johnson at? Like Corey found a box of these at an antique mall for like 18 bucks or something. I think he opened like, I don't know, 5 packs total and pulled like 3 Rene Johnsons and smolts from the same packs. So, you got a hot box. We have found 2 smolts now. Jonathan H. in the house says monthly drive-by. What is going on, man? I knew the Melito Perez sighting would summon him. Remember, for almost 4 years. We still talk about you as if you're always with us, Jonathan. So it's a pleasure to have you in here. So there's Nixon. No Johnson in that stack. Alton got himself a Smoltz, but no Johnson. I was way off. That's crazy, though. For a 110 card series, to not even see him once. We've opened up 14 packs already. We got 2 participants yet. John says, I'm not dead yet. Well, I was worried because I haven't heard from you in quite some time. And you haven't been commenting on the Retro Wax Box videos. We got Mike W. up next. Paul F. is calling it. Johnson is coming. Travis D. says, John is in search of a big Johnson. No doubt about it. Definitely the big unit, as Corey calls him. And another Smoltz. Could it be in this pack? That's pretty cool, though, that everyone at least gets a John Smoltz rookie. It's definitely going for the rookie box. It's one you don't come across as often, and it's really like, between Johnson and Smoltz, those are really like their most valuable rookie cards, raw, when you think about it. You can really find those guys rookies, for the most part, in quarter boxes in any card show. Paul says, is this a Krusty Krab? Now it's ranking. All right, let's see some new collation here. There's Eddie Murray. First time seeing that one. Willie Frazier, Mike Boddicker, Pat Combs. Bring us a Johnson or a Jack Howe instead. John H. says, those retro wax boxes are unspeakable. Well, I have to know, did you watch the video from last night? If you're not watching them anymore, then I don't know if I can keep doing them. Those are Jonathan H.'s personal favorite. He used to love jam packs. He's a big mystery pack enthusiast. Here's Harold Baines, Tom Foley, Jim Poole. So he's going to wait outside your apartment and ask you for some money. Spike Owen and a checklist card shows up. 221 to 330. We're looking for card number 287, though. The big friggin' unit. And Gaidi ends that pack. 84 Dawn, a single pack opening. So you did watch it. I'm happy to know that. Paul L. now singing Hot Potato. Corey says, Jonathan H. is obsessed with repack products. He does enjoy them. There it is. There is the Johnson. We have to get this out without paper loss. It is imperative. And it got a little bit. It's almost tough to see. A lot of these other ones got a little worse, but there's a little speckle right there. Pull up the cereal box magnifying glass. Go figure. Finally find it, and it's on top of the damn pack. Probably should have pulled the hairdryer out, but I don't know if it would have made much of a difference. So the Johnson rookie, this one's definitely off center regardless, so it's not like you would have had yourself $1,300 in your hand by pulling this card, because it's way off center, both top and bottom. But that's what we're looking for. Randy Johnson and his little scum stash. There's a Van Slyke, Jeff Robinson throwing a haymaker. Kurt Young, Molitor shows up. And I still don't know who the precursor is. Gene Larkin looking like some sort of diseased vampire in that photo. Very creepy. Paul says hairdryer's exclusive for 2001 Bowman. And we also have this guy overseeing this rip, the forever levitating Mike Walkton. You circumcised that Johnson. There's a Cal Ripken in this pack. It's just always, they always get stuck on that one bottom corner there. Mike Brumley. There's Marty Barrett, Cal Daniels, Craig Reynolds, like some kind of alien. Ernie Witt, Jeff Russell, and there is the Ripken to end that pack. 2 Smoltz, 1 Johnson. We find more. Actually, wait, did we find the Smoltz in this stack too? I forget. I lost track already. Maybe we did. I think we're at 3 count. Somebody let me know about that. A very sweaty Deion James. There's Mike Henneman again. Bill Pacoda. There's that Bo Jackson. Love that freaking card. Bob Boone and McGaffigan. And Zapak. As we trudge along. Wellman Jr. Brown says there could be a Randy there could be a Randy Johnson in here. That's an inside joke. If you know, you know. That's all I got to say to that. And if there is a Randy Johnson in there, then you need to slap highly inflated and an absorbent price tag on it, just because as a selling point. Stole a little bit of paper loss in that Jeffries. Joey Boggs, Matt Noakes, Roberts. I thought Rappier Johnson was for protection. Sean Dunston, Otis Nixon, Hubie, and Zapak. And we have 2 left for Mike in the bottom left. Jetman says, still wait for Colkin to drop in and leave a $500 super chat if he pull an 87 Topps Lynch. That would be absolutely nuts. Guy, that kid is just taking all his dad's money and giving it to Ricky Berwick. Like, sometimes thousands of dollars at a time. It's like, does your dad know you're doing this? Is he in the room with you, or do you just have his credit card information? He has that much money, he doesn't even notice, like, $2,000 taken out in super chats. Melito Perez for Jonathan H., who very well might be still lingering in the background. Ricky Jordan, Jack Clark, Brown, and Gibby. Ending that pack with 1 remaining. Let's do a pack search here. Who's that? Rafael Palmeiro. Rafael P.E.D. Mero on top of this pack. I don't think we've seen that one yet, so maybe we'll give way to a Johnson. Very sticky. That Palmeiro got it pretty bad. The Topps Holiday Parallel. There's Burks, Rafael Ramirez again, Garcia, Spanky, Henderson, and Mookie Wilson. In the books, stack number 3 is done and over with. And we shall go on to Ripping for Ripkins in the bottom right. The final stack, 89 Topps Big. 9 packs, 7 cards per pack. Let's freaking do it. Brian Charles was having it. And tomorrow night I'll be doing a live auction around 8:30. And that might be it for me for the week. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Try to find some junk to open up. It's crazy too. Somebody commented on my video from Retro Wax last night, and I had no idea, and I don't think any of us would expect it, but look up 91 Studio Jeff Bagwell PSA 10. See how much those go for. Freaking nuts. Stottlemyre's G-Man rookie again. So the 3rd best rookie comes 4th in the first pack for Corey. Here's Eric Davis. That'll probably be in his Whatnot auction this coming weekend. Dave Winfield, Gooden, and Sosha. Not 10 p.m. yet, but TPIA After Dark has begun officially, it looks like in the chat. I missed a super chat from Trevor. I apologize for that, Trevor. Where was it at? They were going pretty fast there for a while. Oh, there's Trevor. I'm enjoying my summer vacation and another evening fishing with my dad. Hope all is well. Thanks, Trevor. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you watching the stream from out on a boat somewhere. Trevor is a diehard. I feel like he's always out doing some sort of life events, but yet he's still with us. That is very, very admirable. I love it. There's another Smoltz rookie for Corey this time around. Ted Wood and Mark Davidson. So did everyone get a Smoltz? Lost track on if we got one in that last stack or not. But anyways, the PSA 10 Jeff Bagwell 91 Studio. They're $1,000 or more. Crazy. I think there's one listed on eBay right now for the last one that sold recently was $1,000. It was an old PSA slab too. The pop on them is pretty low, but I'm gonna have to open a box in 91 Studio and see if we can find a nice Bagwell. Because typically Jeff Bagwell PSA 10 rookies are like around $50. So it's like, why the hell is the Studio so valuable? The pop isn't that low. I think it was like, I don't know, 20 something, 20 or 30 something. Willie Frazier ends that pack. And I don't know if I've ever opened a whole box in 91 Studio. Not that it's anything thrilling or life changing, but why would I do that? Bush. Kevin in the house says John found a Johnson and a Wood. Lots of suggestive things in this box. Mike Bodeker's Pat Combs. I still don't know who the precursor is for Randy Johnson. I don't know if we're going to find out or not. There's Paul Gibson looking sad and dorky in that picture. Baines, Foley, and Jim Poole looking hungover as hell in that photo. Ripping right along. I'm not sure what the next monthly break is going to be. Corey and I have to organize the next big boy break. We'll have to get on that here pretty soon. Probably do that early on in July. Checklist card. If you have suggestions, there he is. So Gary Gaetti apparently is the precursor for Randy Johnson. This one, you can see why PSA 10 pop is probably so low. I mean, the centering on these is freaking tough. This one is also pretty far off on all sides, but at least no paper loss on this one. Corey got the nice Johnson, so we got two of those now in this box. It's probably going to be about it, I would think. Cole looks constipated. Yeah, he definitely does, doesn't he? Molitor starting this pack off with some paper loss. Ducey. There's Gene Larkin, the Vampire again. Marty Barrett, Cal Daniels, and the Alien, Craig Reynolds. And then there were three. Very, very nice Johnson come forth from that pack. Corey's got Peyronie's disease. Ernie Withers, Jeff Russell, Cal Ripken, Glenn Hubbard, Dion James, Henneman, and Bill Pacoda. Yet again, two packs remain in the last stack. Probably be the last time you'll see me open this product just because there's no inserts you can chase after or anything else. I just thought it'd be fun to see how many Johnsons we could find. I'm sure someone will pull that out of context. Have at it. Bo Jackson, there's Bob Boone yet again, McGaffigan, some sort of weird, creepy battle cry happening in that photo. Greg Jeffries, there's Glenn Wilson. Boggs and Matt Oakes, ending that pack. One pack left for Corey. How long do they make these? They made them until 1990. They did them in 1988, 89, and 90. And 88, Series 1, 2, and 3. Probably better off skipping on those. 89, Series 1 and 2. 89, Series 1's got Sheffield in it, which is a cool one. Also, Tina Martinez is in there. So those are cool boxes to open. Series 2, 89, not very great. You want to do Series 3 for 89 and 90 because those are the boxes that are more expensive just because they produce way less of them in those years. The final pack ends with really nothing, but we got two Johnsons. I think we got 4 John Smoltz rookies, maybe 3. It's been a long week, so I lost count, but that is our Series 389 Topps Big. So maybe dig out your Topps Big cards or your Johnson. Take that out of context, if you will, and check out the condition of it. Might be a nice one. You might want to send it in. You might have a big fat wad of money in your wallet if you do. So if you want to buy a box, these are between $50 and $65 roughly. You want to rip these looking for possible Johnsons. But that's it tonight. I appreciate you guys all watching. You guys freaking rule. I hope you'll join me back tomorrow night for a live sports card auction where literally anything goes. Sell off all kinds of randomness. Might even see a clamshell case of 86 Paul McFadden's. You'll just have to tune in to find out for sure. I'll see you back tomorrow night, guys.